Hey, so this is being filmed using the front-facing camera of my phone and my phone microphone, so sorry if it's really bad quality. I'm on a lake in Sweden, so I mean it's already a lot better setting than last year's video, so I mean I guess that's saying something. Right, okay, so if you've clicked on this video you've either seen my video from last year or maybe you failed exams, I don't know. Right, so basically I made this video this time last year called I Failed All My University Exams, which will be here. In that video I explained how I failed all of my exams last year for all 3 modules because of like different reasons and circumstances basically, and I decided I'd try and go back and take them. Last year when I left in March I tried to go back and take the exams and I ended up failing them, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's happened since then and what's happening at the moment. So I mean, you might not have failed if you're watching this, but I mean, if you have and you're feeling, well, you're feeling really down about it as you naturally would, just know that, like, it's not the end of it. You've got so many choices, and I know a lot of the time it seems like you have absolutely no other choices at the time. Like, I absolutely thought that for ages. I was like, I have this one choice, this is the one road I have to go down, I have to do this, but that's really not true. Like, there are so many things you can do. I know it's like sounds like absolute gobbledygook to you probably right now, but I mean, I've been through it, and at the time I know that not much people said could actually console me, because obviously it's how you feel more than the actual fact of it. But you're not a failure and you're not a dropout and you're not any of those things. Just because you failed something doesn't mean that you label yourself as that thing. This is just sounding really stupid. But anyway, back to me. I did post a couple of update videos this year, but I thought I'd just kind of summarise everything. So after I failed those exams anyway, I decided I'd come back to uni in March, where I left off, which was probably the start of the mistake, to be honest. I had done like decently well up to that point, so I didn't want to have to redo everything, so I thought, oh, I'll just join back in March. But that's the hardest time to join back in uni, because that's when I had like 3 pieces of coursework due and exams were literally like a month and a half after. I didn't get any student loans, so I had to work from the point I left until I went back in March. So I worked and I did coach cheer and stuff like that, and I was trying to revise, which just didn't work. I just wasn't really revising, so I was really behind when I went back in March. And there is a video, never remember which slide it is, I'll be coming up here on my experience going back into uni, and I found it very stressful. I wasn't sleeping, I was just doing really badly in general. It was a very stressful time and it wasn't very fun. Exam times were actually okay. We had like a little bit of a routine going, almost, like not exactly a very good one, but we did, you know, every day in exams we were managing to like at least go outside, do some exercise and eat all right, like trying to keep everything else okay at the same time. Yeah, exams were okay, but I haven't had results back yet. I have results back in the next 2 weeks, and I will maybe make an update video depending on how it goes. But basically at the moment, as it stands, I do not want to go back next year for my final year of university. The stress I felt was unlike any other academic stress I've ever had, and not just like, oh, it was a bit stressful. I found it very hard on every aspect of my life, and I think because I so strongly related it to what happened to Sam last year. I've spoken to so many people about it, and for me, going back to that specific uni and doing that course and those modules is just absolutely not for me. There are so many options, and that's I think I've realised to be a good thing. I've never, like, ever since I decided to not do medicine, I've never really been solid on what I've wanted to do. I've never wanted to do anything related to biomed either, so it was just kind of a means to an end, this degree. I was really into art and music, I was very, very into it, and I used to always get told that there's absolutely no money and no jobs in the creative industry, which sucked, and that's what I believed for like my whole life. And it wasn't until this year I realised that there are lots of different routes to things, and just because you don't do it while you're 21 doesn't mean you'll never do it as well. I'm still open to completing my degree maybe online, or maybe at Cardiff doing completely different modules if my results are good, and if my results aren't good, we'll see, you know, whether I can work on it. But if I failed, I've already promised myself, be the third time taking these exams, I can't do it again. It, you know, it brings up some really, really bad, not just, you know, bad memories, but like properly, just completely emotionally upheavals me. Really not very good. Anyway, I'm very fortunate to be in this position. A lot of people don't get the choice of whether they want to go to uni or not, and as the other thing, I don't want people to just start attacking me if I decide I'm going to leave uni, because I'm still going to be pursuing things. I'm in a very fortunate position, you know. I've managed to hopefully set myself up to be in a position where I don't need a degree, but it's a choice, and I really do acknowledge the fact that I'm very fortunate to have that choice. But at the end of the day, it is my choice as well. It's my personal choice, and you know, that's the good thing, especially if you're watching this though. I know you might not be in the position of choice, and you know, you might not have that, be able to have that option for you to try and choose something else, but please do think outside of this little bubble. If you failed something, it's probably to do with school or uni or college, and you get in such a bubble when you're in those environments that you don't realise that there are other things out there, and you think that's the whole world, but it's not. You will get over it. Like, you will. I know you say like, oh, it means so much to me, and it does mean a lot to you, and it doesn't devalue any of what it means to you, but it does, you know, it does get better, and you will be okay just because you didn't get this one exam. I know this might sound like a very, very privileged video. I'm not complaining about any of these options that I've had. I am very fortunate to be in this position where I can choose, and I just want to kind of pass it on to other people as well, that there are other options out there, and there are things, if you really, really love it, you can do it, and you will do it. Like, I promise you, you can succeed. And this is not being, obviously this is not me being really cheesy, but I mean, it is really cheesy. I hope you are healthy, happy and safe, and soppy stuff like this. Also, I'm really sorry that I haven't uploaded in ages. I will be uploading more, though it will come from my phone like this one has. See you!